It does look like there's $170 million worth of sell pressure that could come into the crypto market. Obviously, over the weekend, we saw a huge drop off with Bitcoin, and then it jumped straight back up. We need to not know what's going on. Here's the crypto news, fast facts. We are at block height 796,907. I've seen 7 blocks this morning. I want to come back to this in a second, but I just want to show you a couple of things first. Fear and greed, we are in greed, 63. Now the market cap, we are holding above 1.24 trillion. We are sideways in the last 24 hours, which is great to see. Checking out the Bitcoin chart here, holding at 30,552. We are holding sort of pretty much around that 30,500. If we can go sideways here for a week, even 2 weeks, that would be fantastic before the next leg up. Ethereum 1911, it is going to break that 2,000 mark pretty soon, in my opinion. Obviously, this video is not financial advice. Let's just refresh the bubbles and see the biggest winners here. Comp 19.39%, Flow 11.28%, GRT. But there are some big winners there. Hex is always losing. The Pulse system, anything with Richard Hart's name attached, has suffered lately. Is it going to come back when we get real frothy? Potentially. For me, I'll be staying away. A couple of bigger things to be watching is maybe Render, Radix, Arbitrum, as we go closer to the Bitcoin halving. I'm thinking September I'm going to start stacking some of these altcoins to be able to flip back into Bitcoin. Before we get into Bitcoin, this is pretty crazy. The founder of Vitalik Buterin, Ethereum, is not staking his ETH, or not a large portion of it. And the reason he gives, check this out. So Vitalik Buterin declares he is not staking all of his ETH, merely a small proportion. The biggest reason is because it has to be on a multi-sig, which is still fairly difficult to set up. A multi-sig is not that difficult to set up. I understand it's a little bit more complicated for what he's trying to do, but this is Vitalik Buterin. This guy is next level genius. I'd put him and Elon Musk would be able to get on and talk at a very high level sustainably for hours and hours. So I call BS on that. So does Charles Hoskins. Here's what he has to say. Because if you stake your ETH, the keys that access it have to be public on a subsystem that is online. For safety, it has to be a multi-sig. Multi-sig for staking is still fairly difficult to set up. It gets complicated in a bunch of ways. Charles Hoskins stated he is at a loss for words after hearing Buterin only stakes a small portion of his Ether. Hoskins added that all of his Cardano is staked. Charles Hoskins, I had to listen to this a few times. I'm just at a loss for words. All of our ADA is staked. Guess what? That's how it's supposed to be for a properly designed proof of stake protocol. Absolutely insane that is clown world, that Vitalik Buterin is not staking all his ETH. Let me know what you think about that below in the comment section. Good morning to Inspired Life Goals. Good to see everyone watching this morning. Smash the like button if you're watching live or watching the replay. Helps out a lot. Now, over the weekend, Bitcoin took a little bit of a tumble. SEC saying the Bitcoin ETF filings were inadequate there. So Bitcoin plunged by $1,000 or more than 3%. 3%, ladies and gentlemen. As we get close to the halving and we get really volatile, we're going to have 10-20% swings in a day, and it's just going to be another day. 10% either up or down is going to be so standard. So when we get 3%, truly, it's like sideways or 0%. It just does not matter. That is very low volatility for Bitcoin. In the space of a few minutes, I guess in the space of a few minutes, a bit more, I did see that happened right here, and then it was brought straight back up again as well. So don't get shaken out of your position. SEC applications aren't sufficiently clear and comprehensive. They didn't have enough detail with respect to the surveillance sharing agreement. They always want to know what is going on. So including which spot Bitcoin exchange would be used, asset managers can update their applications and refile, which has happened. Coinbase will be the surveillance partner for Fidelity, other Bitcoin ETFs. We don't know who will be the surveillance partner for BlackRock. This is just in regards to some other exchanges. We'll get into it. So CBOE's BZX exchange named crypto exchange Coinbase as the market for its surveillance sharing agreement when it refiled its spot Bitcoin ETF fund application. So Fidelity, WisdomTree, VanEck, ARK Invest, Galaxy, Invesco, and BlackRock all filed for spot Bitcoin ETFs over the past few weeks. Hoping to succeed at launching a product the US SEC Commission has rejected for years, BlackRock filed with NASDAQ as the companies are working with CBOE. CBOE, said Coinbase platform, represents a substantial portion of US-based and USD-denominated Bitcoin. The only real issue that they're going to find is Bitcoin is global. It's traded everywhere. There's no real one hub where you buy Bitcoin. So we'll see if they accept Coinbase or not. It's going to continue to develop. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but the SEC was so quick to provide further information saying it was inadequate. Instead of extending it like they've always done, when it comes to BlackRock, they're like, guys, you need to provide us a little bit more information. Come on, let's get this through for you. I feel like that's what's happening. Just really quickly, not financial advice, yeah, we said that. So it did lead to sudden crypto volatility, $260 million in losses, liquidating both long and short positions. Traders are getting wrecked. If you are trading, it's all good. Go for it. Just use proper risk mitigation strategies. So quick swings in cryptocurrency prices, and stay away from the big leverage if you are using it. Trends your friend. Interesting times. It's sad to see that's a lot of money just wiped out of people. We're here to make money, not lose money. Rule number one. So quick swings in cryptocurrency prices on Friday wiped out traders, both long and short positions, totaling 216 million of losses and liquidations over the past 24 hours. Volatility wiped out more than 68,000 traders. Would have been better if it was 69,000. Yes, I'm immature. It is what it is. So liquidating 116 million along. So that's prices going up. 100 million of shorts, that's prices going down. The largest single liquidation, this is insane, order happened on the Bybit exchange. BTC USD position valued at 4.57 million. Ouch. That would have hurt, truly. That really would have hurt. They would have had a bad day. But you got to risk it to get the biscuit. Or you just stack stats and chill. Anyway, court orders Kraken to turn over history transaction account information to IRS. So in Australia, it's tax time. I don't know about in the US. Regardless, when it comes to your taxes, the message of this is the IRS, the tax agents around the world, the matrix, the agents of a clown world will come after you. They will track you down. What they're doing is they're checking for tax liabilities for users who transacted in crypto between 2016 and 2020. When it's all loosey-goosey, they are asking for a lot of information here. Turnover account transaction information. What they're asking for is people with more than $20,000 over the course of a calendar year for that year, including the user's name, any pseudonyms, birth date, taxpayer identification number, address, phone number, email address, and a host of other documents. They did ask for more information, but the judge denied that when they're asking for employment and source of wealth from Kraken. The judge, real reasonable person, summons should be narrow tailored, that is, whether it is no broader than necessary to achieve its purposes. Whatever happens, at the end of the day, they are coming for your tax dollars. Just pay them. If you make money, pay them. Otherwise, find vehicles, whether it's a trust or a way to be able to mitigate your tax liabilities. Good morning to Moon in the chat. Great to see you. It's been a little minute. Hope you're keeping well. Celsius to potentially sell more than 170 million in automatic SOL and altcoins for Bitcoin and ETH. Two things here. There could be sell pressure with altcoins. The market is looking fairly healthy at the moment, so it may absorb it. It may be a good buy the dip opportunity if you are into those altcoins. That's for you to decide. What I found the most interesting is to potentially sell them the altcoins for Bitcoin and ETH, and this was ordered by a judge. So crypto lending company Celsius may begin selling its major holdings, Cardano, Polygon, Solana, a handful of other altcoins, June 1st, following approval by the judge overseeing its bankruptcy proceedings. 170 million at press time. Those are the tokens. They also have millions in stablecoins, as well as 650 million of its own sell token. Don't know if they can sell their own native token. Nevertheless, bankruptcy judge Martin Glenn's all clear means Celsius will soon begin exiting many of its positions in favor of Bitcoin and Ether. Now, Celsius may sell or convert any non-BTC and non-ETH cryptocurrency, crypto tokens, or other crypto assets other than such tokens that are associated with withhold or custody accounts. What jargon do they speak? Like, it's double speak and it's designed to stop you thinking. They don't want you to understand what's going on. Anyway, basically, they can sell it to Bitcoin or ETH commencing on or after June 1st, 2023. That's what they're saying. You sell altcoins. Some people call them shitcoins. Some of those are, some of those aren't. There's a couple in there that Celsius is holding that I think will be all right to be able to stack, to be able to flip, to buy more Bitcoin. Otherwise, just go straight into Bitcoin. And I just use gambling money when I am dealing with these shitcoins. Anyway, Stephen Labka, had him on the channel a couple of weeks ago. Go follow my man on Twitter. Really good guy. I like what they're doing over there at Swan. Now, the White House is scared by you soaking up the sun's rays. I just thought this is pretty funny. You have to watch him. He's very entertaining. Don't relent. Keep praising the sun. We will win this war. The White House cautiously opens the door to study blocking sun rays to slow down global warming. This is clown world, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot let anyone block the sun. Like, what the hell is going on there if they want to block the sun? Like, that is totally messed up. We need it to survive, and we need it unfiltered to be able to come in. So if they do that, we're screwed. Humanity is absolutely screwed. There's no way that nonsense can go ahead. Over in New Zealand, my home country, is not exploring crypto regulation, but recommends increased vigilance. Reserve Bank of New Zealand, which is their central bank, said it won't propose a regulatory approach towards stablecoins and crypto, but would recommend increased vigilance, the central bank announced on Friday. Just give me 1 sec here, ladies and gentlemen, and we are good, sorted. But would recommend increased vigilance, announced Friday. Issues raised by crypto assets and other innovations do not fall neatly within agency boundaries, said Ian Wolford, Director of Money and Cash, RBNZ. However, issues such as consumer and investor protection or potential commercial or regulatory barriers to entry do matter. So submissions reinforced our view. There's 50 submissions, different stakeholders, part of a consultation process. Reinforced our view that there are significant risks and opportunities, but also significant uncertainties about how the sector will develop and where the optimal balance will lie. The announcement said, we agree with the view that caution is needed. This is why we're not proposing a regulatory response at this point. While we are exploring a potential CBDC, we have not made any decision about the need for one. The announcement said, if we do introduce a CBDC, this would not be to displace cash, which would remain available. Just them saying it makes me think that they are not going to allow cash to stay there. It totally defeats the purpose of having a CBDC. There is no point changing what they're doing and leaving cash in the system if they're going to bring out a CBDC. And so they put this out, and maybe cash will stay around for a while, a couple of years, and they'll slowly reduce it, remove it out of circulation, then you're trapped. Why Bitcoin stack sat? Now, Bitcoin Chris, this is a great infographic here. We can get it on one page. Purchasing power on a fiat standard over time. He buys you at the start, buys your house, a car, a bike, and then a cup of coffee, and it costs you more and more and more. And then on a Bitcoin standard, it starts out Bitcoin, it's buying your car, it's buying a house, it's buying multiple houses, it's buying you everything you desire, you require in your life. It's holding your purchasing power, and it's going up over time. Good morning, Serenity. Now, back to Stephen Labka, and you'll find this pretty interesting. So he runs a private wealth fund. We've had him on, we've talked about it. What I like about this is buying has really been ramping up. Healthy, very healthy spot activity and demand from private wealth clients in June. When I talked to him, I asked what level these clients are playing at. I said, was it a couple of $1 million, $10 million? Because he said high net worth individuals. And he said, you know, some of them think about $100 million. So when he says he's talking to high net worth individuals and money's coming in, it could be potentially a lot of money. Millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars. These are big players in the space. It's pretty exciting. We'll see you tomorrow. Say hi in the comments below. I will reply to each and every one. Subscribe if we vibe. Be blessed. Peace. Hey, if you're still here, this is the news with the fast facts. Get out of here.